Hey West County family, Pastor Scott here. I just wanted to take a moment and give you an update on the Beyond campaign. We only have 13 days left in the campaign, so I want to make sure everyone has the same information so that we can be praying along the same lines. On Sunday, I announced that to date, we've received just slightly over $700,000 in gifts and commitments to the Beyond campaign, which is so exciting. And I want to say thank you. If you've already made a gift or a commitment to the campaign, thank you for doing that. It's amazing how God has provided through your generosity. And yet, in the midst of that, as we've talked to architects and contractors a little bit more, what we realize is that things always cost a little bit more than you expect. And we now think we probably need still another $400,000 to reach our goal, to be able to do all the things that we think God has called us to do through this Beyond campaign. And I know on the surface that $400,000 sounds like a lot of money, and certainly it is. And yet, what I want you to understand about that, I can give you just some perspective perhaps, and that is that to date, only about 1/3 of our giving units here at the Journey West County have participated in the campaign. And that means there's still, 2/3 of you, about 200 giving units, individuals or families in our church who haven't yet made a gift or a commitment to the campaign. And so I just want to invite you in if that's where you are today. I realize that as a church we're sort of last minute responders. Oftentimes that's just how we respond to things. And so I just want you to know we only have 13 days left, and we want to make sure we get everyone's commitment. My prayer really from the beginning of this campaign has been that everyone in our church participate in a meaningful way. I want everyone in our church family to feel like they have a stake in this, that they have participated, that they can receive really the joy of generosity from being a part of this campaign. So if you're still on the sidelines a bit, still wrestling through maybe what your commitment's going to be, I'm just going to ask you to be prayerful and to respond in these next 13 days. Maybe one more example that might be helpful. Again, $400,000, not an insignificant amount of money, and yet, if you divide that up, I took just 160 out of maybe that 200 given units. If 160 of you could just give or commit to $50 a week, that'd be $200 a month or $2,400 over the next 12 months, which is the time period that we're asking for you to fulfill your commitments within. And if 160 of you just did that, we could reach our goal. And I realize that for some of you, maybe that's a little bit too much, and that's okay, but for many of you, you could give more than that. And so I believe if all of us participate, if everyone in our church family would make a meaningful gift to this campaign, we'll have all the resources we need to do all that God has called us to do. So please just be in prayer about this, be in prayer for the campaign, for what God will do in and through us as a result of that, and be prayerful about your contribution to the campaign. Thanks.